Is the age of electric vehicles under Stellantis coming to an abrupt end? In a surprising development, CEO Carlos Tavares has made some startling comments that diverge sharply from the industry's trajectory. While electric vehicle juggernauts like Tesla and BYD continue to prosper, traditional automakers like Stellantis are grappling with the profitability of their EV operations. Tavares has even gone as far as to suggest that the cost of EVs could skyrocket by 50% in the near term. But what explains the Chinese automakers' sweeping successes in the EV arena? If Stellantis' CEO believes that it's unfeasible to turn a profit with electric cars, how are companies like Tesla and BYD succeeding? Despite their premium pricing, Chinese manufacturers are effectively outcompeting traditional automakers, leading many to question the long-term viability of companies like Stellantis. Could we be witnessing the fall of an automotive giant, pushed to the brink by emerging EV leaders? So, what's the crux of the matter? As the automotive landscape rapidly shifts towards electrification, Carlos Tavares, at the helm of Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, has struck a discordant note. He questions whether electric vehicles are truly the utopian solution the world has been waiting for. Interestingly, this skepticism is also behind Jeep's decision to delay their EV releases. During Stellantis' inaugural Freedom of Mobility Forum, CEO Carlos Tavares raised a critical issue that could put the electric vehicle revolution in jeopardy: the finite nature of essential raw materials like lithium. Is it possible that our planet simply doesn't have enough resources to sustain the grand vision of an all-electric future? As it stands, there are approximately 1.3 billion combustion engine vehicles on the road. Tavares argues that replacing them with electric alternatives is not just a matter of scaling up production. It also requires an enormous reserve of lithium, which may be increasingly scarce. Before proponents of electric mobility leap to the defense, consider the numerical evidence. The arithmetic supporting the mass transition to EVs seems increasingly shaky. Even as Stellantis earmarks an impressive $35.5 billion for the development of plug-in models through 2025, in partnership with Samsung for its first EV battery factory, the success of these ambitious initiatives rests on a precarious assumption: the availability of ample raw materials. So, as grand as Stellantis' plans may be, they are fundamentally tied to the uncertain bounty of Earth's resources. Both Elon Musk of Tesla and Rivian's RJ Scaringe have echoed concerns about an impending shortfall in essential materials such as lithium, nickel, graphite, and cobalt. While Earth may have these resources in abundance, extracting them comes with its own set of bureaucratic and logistical challenges. In 2021, Stellantis posted a near 11% margin, but what happens when their production costs spike by 50%? The industry-wide push toward electrification introduces a 50% hike in production costs compared to traditional vehicles. Carlos Tavares suggests that absorbing these costs is virtually impossible without compromising profitability. Recent analyses indicate that even if Stellantis were to increase their vehicles' retail prices by 20%, achieving profitability would remain elusive. Will Stellantis, then, resort to selling EVs at a loss, as Volkswagen and GM have done? But the story doesn't end there. Jeep, a Stellantis subsidiary, has made a critical error that's causing it to hemorrhage customers. Jeep puts the brakes on electric ambitions. Here's why. Jeep experienced a near-record 20% drop in sales during the first quarter of 2023, accompanied by a 17% decrease in Ram truck sales. Furthermore, the brand has been plagued by significant recalls, including the Jeep Wrangler due to fire risks, and prior recalls of the Grand Cherokee in 2021 and 2022. Amidst efforts to pivot to electric vehicles, the company appears to be stumbling in its core manufacturing operations. Surprisingly, even with robust demand for SUVs, sales are lagging due to significant dealer markups, which CEO Carlos Tavares has allowed to inflate into the thousands of dollars. Tavares seems to be aiming to reposition Jeep as a luxury brand, a shift that has led to staggering price hikes. For context, a 2015 Jeep Wrangler was priced around $35,000 to $38,000. Fast forward to 2023, and the same model with a manual transmission starts at an eye-watering $52,000, with some models exceeding the $100,000 mark. The question arises, what is the rationale behind this drastic transformation? Yet, despite these challenges, Jeep remains committed to its electric future, albeit at a slower pace than initially envisioned. While the brand has been a stalwart in off-road automotive history since World War II, it's not sitting out the electric evolution. Jeep has already made inroads into electrification with their 4xe plug-in hybrid versions of the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee. As CEO Christian Munier put it, quote, "Jeep aims to be the leading zero-emission SUV brand in the world," end quote. The company has tantalized enthusiasts with electric prototypes like the Wrangler Magneto 3.0 concept, boasting an astonishing 650 horsepower and 900 pound-feet of torque. However, the fully electric Wrangler's launch has been deferred until an astonishingly distant 2027. Why the delay? While the Wrangler EV remains in the plans, Jeep appears to have shifted its focus to upcoming models like the Recon and the premium Wagoneer S, which are slated for earlier North American releases. Despite building anticipation around the electric Wrangler, it seems other EV models in the Jeep lineup, such as the Avenger, Recon, and Wagoneer, have taken precedence. Is the electric vehicle battery up to the challenge of powering SUVs? Starting with the economics, electric SUVs typically command a higher initial price compared to their internal combustion engine counterparts. While long-term fuel savings can offset this initial expense, the upfront cost often serves as a barrier for many prospective buyers. Over time, battery degradation can also lead to diminished driving range. The expensive battery replacement, combined with the SUV's heavier payloads, can create a significant impact on the vehicle's usability, unlike traditional wear and tear on ICE vehicles. Carlos Tavares, Stellantis' CEO, has previously stated that the transition to electric vehicles could render cars unaffordable for the average customer. This sentiment highlights the steep development and production expenses involved in manufacturing EVs. Moreover, the environmental advantages of electric vehicles can vary significantly depending on how the electricity used to charge them is generated. In regions where coal-fired power plants are prevalent, the carbon footprint of an electric SUV might rival that of a fuel-efficient ICE model. Jeep isn't alone in its skepticism about the viability of electric vehicles. Honda's CEO has also expressed reservations about the shift toward electric mobility. The automotive world appears to be at a crossroads when it comes to the future of EVs. The divergence in opinions among industry giants suggests an intriguing and unpredictable landscape over the next few years.